Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 5, that is distribution system. Here we are going to discuss about the 3-phase 4-wire distribution system and single phase 2-wire system with midpoint earth. So now we are going to discuss about a 3-phase 4-wire system. As we know that very clear, in case of distribution system, we have that primary distribution system and secondary distribution system. In case of primary distribution system, where we are transferring that electrical power via 3-phase 3-wire transmission system. In case of secondary distribution system, where we are transferring that electrical power through 3-phase 4-wire transmission system. When you compare that primary distribution system and secondary distribution system, in case of primary distribution system, the output voltage is 11 kV. 11 kV is not at all giving to any house load or commercial loads, domestic loads, but it is given to that commercial loads like industries and to the various substations directly that 11 kV, and there is no any tappings directly which is given to any house. So that's why it is not required any phase voltage like 230 volts. So that's why we are used that 3-phase 3-wire transmission system as to earn the economical benefits. Coming to the 3-phase 4-wire transmission system, where we have to give that electrical voltage like a line voltage of 400 volts and a phase voltage like 230 volts to the household appliances. In this scenario, here we are using that a 3-phase 4-wire system with 3 phases along with one neutral wire. Therefore, the fourth wire or the neutral wire like R phase, Y phase, B phase, like 3 wires, and the fourth wire is neutral wire, which is taken from the neutral point which is shown in this figure. So look at this figure. Here I am taken a neutral wire directly from the neutral point of the star connected system. The area of cross section of the neutral wire is generally 1/2 that of the line conductor, because we know that very clear the neutral wire does not have any currents which are flowing here for a balanced system. So that's why the area of cross section of the neutral wire is generally 1/2 of that of line conductor. Thereby we are earning that economical benefits while we are constructing the system. So similarly, if the loads are balanced, then current through the neutral wire is 0. Otherwise, there is some currents which are flowing through the neutral wire. Hence, the neutral point is also called as floating point, and it may cost to get that a voltage like 2 times that of that line voltage. So, assuming that a balanced load and power factor load as cos pi at this case. So, here I would like to consider the current flowing through the R phase as I suffix 10, Y phase as I suffix 10, and B phase as again I suffix 10, and there is a maximum voltage Vm between that line and neutral or phase and neutral. So as we know that the line losses are same for a balanced system for a 3-phase wire. So to find out that line losses, as we know the formula earlier concepts onwards, the line losses in case of 3-phase transmission system, that is 2p square rho L divided by 3a suffix 10 into Vm square into cos square pi. So here the area of cross section, that is A of 10. From here the formula A of 10, that is equal 2p square into rho L divided by 3w into Vm square into cos square pi. So this is the formula what we are taken for the area of cross section from the 3-phase 4-wire transmission system. As the area of cross section of neutral wire is half that of that line conductor, therefore volume of material which is required, that should be less compared to actual conductor, that is equal to 3.5 A suffix 10 into L. As we know that just now the formula A suffix 10, that is 2p square rho L divided by 3w Vm square into cos square pi, I am going to substitute in the place of A suffix 10 at here. If I am going to substitute in the place of A suffix 10 at here, the remaining simplified formula can become 3.5 of 2p square rho L divided by 3w Vm square into cos square of pi into L. By multiplying 3.5 into 2, here we get 7p7. The remaining term is p square rho. Again L is again multiplied with L. It becomes as L square divided by 3w Vm square into cos square pi. So now I am going to split the above equation, that is 7p square rho L square divided by 3w Vm square into cos square pi as 7 divided by cos square pi. The remaining p square into rho L square divided by w into Vm square. So from here I can write that p P square into rho L square divided by W Vm square as K. I would like to write that K as 4P square into rho L square divided by W Vm square. Then the above formula can become as 7K divided by 12 cos square pi. How here we got that 12 cos square pi? So here we got that 12 cos square pi. It's because of the simplification of that above equation, like 7 divided by cos square pi into 4p square into rho L square divided by W Vm square. But here there is no any 4 here, so I am going to multiply and divide it with 4. If I am going to multiply and divide it with 4, then I may get that 4p square into rho L square divided by W Vm square, K means. So there I can write it as a 12 cos square pi. Hence the volume of conductor material required for the system for the neutral wire, it is 7 by 12, that is nothing but size of the conductor, 7 by 12 for the neutral wire, for 2 wire DC system with 1 conductor earthed, which is shown at here in this figure. Next, so here we are going to discuss one more topic called single phase 2 wire system with midpoint earth. As to discuss about that single phase 2 wire system with midpoint earth, here I am going to show a figure. This is nothing but a single phase system where midpoint is earth right here. Then the overall voltage here, it is splitted with respect to neutral as Vm. By adding these two Vm, again here we get that 2 Vm, and the flow of current in this single phase 2 wire transmission system is nothing but I5. Therefore, this figure shows that a single phase AC system with midpoint earth, what we see right now, the 2 wires possess equal and opposite voltages, because definitely one of the wire can act as a positive terminal, another wire can act as a negative terminal. In this scenario, the 2 wires possess equal and opposite voltages to earth. So equal and opposite voltages plus minus and minus plus. Therefore, the maximum voltage between the 2 wires is 2 Vm. How we got that 2 Vm? As we know that plus minus and again minus plus, minus into minus plus. So we can add Vm plus Vm. It becomes as 2 Vm at here. Therefore, the RMS value of voltage between the 2 conductors, the RMS value of the voltage between the 2 conductors is, we have to divide that RMS value 2 Vm is going to divide it with root 2. Again 2 I am going to write with root 2 into root 2. One root 2 in the numerator, another root 2 in the denominator may get cancelled. The remaining equation can become as root 2 Vm. Therefore, assuming the power factor of the load has to be cos pi, the above equation can become as, that is, the current flowing through that I5, I is equal P divided by root 2 Vm cos pi. So, as we know that A5 be the area of cross section of the conductor with respect to the line losses. Therefore, the line losses we can write as I square R, but the current flowing through the conductor, it is I5. So I can written as I5 square. So the resistance of this conductor as R5. So 2 conductors are there. I can write the formula for the losses of the line. W is equal to I square of R5. Therefore W is equal to into I5 square, because I5 formula we know here. I5 formula is P divided by root 2 Vm cos pi. That I am going to substitute here, and I can make it as whole square into R5. Therefore, the above equation can become as W is equal to of P divided by root 2 Vm cos pi whole square into R5. So, by doing that simplification here, W can become as W can become as here P square rho L, P square into rho L divided by A5 Vm square into cos square pi. This is nothing but the formula what we have taken from the previous concept. W is equal P square 2P square rho L divided by 3A of 10 Vm square cos pi. Like this, here I have written the formula as P square into rho L divided by A phi Vm square into cos square pi. So area of cross section A phi, therefore A phi can become as A phi can become as P square into rho L divided by, I mean if A phi I am sending to the left hand side, W can becomes to the denominator side, therefore A phi is equal P square into rho L divided by W Vm square cos square pi. So now I am going to substitute A phi formula in the above equation, that is 2A phi L, that is nothing but volume of the conductor material, therefore 2 of A phi I am substituted here and into L. So it becomes 2P square rho L divided by W Vm square of cos square pi. Again here I am going to written as 2 divided by cos square pi into P square rho of L square divided by W Vm square. So I can write that it as K. So I can write that 2K divided by 2 cos square pi. I mean K divided by 2 cos square pi. Because we know that K is equal 4P square rho L square divided by W Vm square. Hence the volume of conductor material required in this system is half cos square pi times to that of 2Y DC transmission system, where one conductor which is earthed at here. Thank you.